As soon as you open a Revit file, the first window that you can see is something like this. Okay, we have our recent files here, the models that were recently opened, the families. We can open a model, we can create a new model, we can open a family or create a new family from here. So for now, we will create a new project. So click on new and we'll have a new project. So Revit has some templates that you can load in your project. And the main difference between these templates, architectural, structural, and the other ones, is that they have been designed for different people. For example, this one works for architects, this one for structural engineers. So the main difference is in the presets in these templates, and that's it. Or you can just hit the browse and load other templates. For example, we have commercial default, we have residential default, or whatever template that you prefer to use. Okay, for this course, we will mainly use Imperial architectural templates. So just click it and then hit OK. Okay, this is our main drawing space in Revit. And we have so many tabs here, as you can see. Just don't panic. We will learn about many of those during this course and during the semester. So just be patient. We have some tabs here, as you can see. This is architecture tab, structure tab, as you can see, insert tab, annotate, manage, modify, and many other tabs. And what we work on is mainly in this tab, but we will use the rest of them as well. So we have tabs here, and this is the ribbon, this one here. This is the ribbon, and we have different panels in a ribbon. As you can see here, we have build, circulation, model, room area, opening, and datum, and work plane. So, and within these panels, we have some tools like wall, door, and we can use these tools to create objects and create our model. We have two important parts here, which is this one is project browser, and the other one is properties palette. You will hear these two a lot when I speak. So I may say, go to your project browser. So make sure that you know the name of them. This is project browser, and this one is properties palette. Okay. So we have quick access toolbar here at the top. And as you can see, we have different buttons here like open, save, print, text, 3D view, section view, and other things. And if you click on this arrow here, you can customize your quick access toolbar. You can say, for example, I want the new to be active, new button to be active, but for example, turn off the text, and then you can just modify this. Okay. And what we have, show you what do we have in our file tab. So click on the file tab. Here, you can see recent documents that were open on my computer, or here you can see the project or file which is open. You may open multiple projects at the same time on your Revit file, so you can see them here, and it shows which view is open. So project 1, floor plan, level 1 is now open. We can create a new project, family, and many other things, or you can open a project. You can save your project from here, or save as. You can export. In Revit, you can save your model on cloud. For those of you who may be nervous of losing your file, you can save it on the cloud. And we can export in different formats, print, and this close is for closing a project which is open. So if you have multiple projects in your Revit and they are open, and you are, for example, in this one, if you come here, click File, and then Close, if you'll close the project that you are in right now, okay? This button does not close all the Revits, okay? And then, what do we have? At the bottom, we have the View Control buttons, okay? View Control bar, and for example, we can, this is the scale. you can control the scale of our project or view here. And we don't need this until we decide to print our project, so we don't need it right now. This is the detail level that we can see. So of course is the minimum, then we have medium, fine. I will show you the difference between these. And this is the visual style or graphic display of our view. So graphic display, detail level, and scale. Okay, and other options. If you change any of these, you are changing the way you can see one of your views. Okay, this one here at the bottom is status bar. It gives you hint on what to do next. For example, when you want to draw a wall, first click. For the next click, it is saying enter wall endpoint. Okay, so it's just a hint to what to do next. And then we have navigation bar here at the corner. So you can navigate through the project with this. And you have different zoom options here. And this one is this bar here is the option bar. And it actually depends on the shape of this option bar depends on what tool you are selecting right now. So if you select wall, then it will appear, shows up, and you can choose, for example, the height of the wall and other options for this wall specifically. And we have different kind of buttons in Revit. So this one, for example, is a split button. Split button means, for example, we have this wall over here, but if you click on this arrow at the bottom, you can see other options: architectural wall, structural wall, and you can click on any of these. So these are called split buttons. Well, when you did not select any tool from the ribbon, what you can see here in properties palette is the information about the view that you are seeing. So this tells me that this is floor plan view, and the view scale is set to this, and the detail level of our view is set to coarse, and some other information. One more thing about properties palette is that it changes based on what we have selected. So if you select wall, then you can see that it has changed. So it says that you select basic wall, you selected basic wall, and these are the information about the instance information about your wall that you have selected. So we will talk about these later. And here we have the project browser. Well, it is how we navigate. This browser is how we navigate through different views of our model. For example, you can navigate from level 1 to level 2, and you can see that when it is bold, and that means that you have selected this one. Okay, so you can switch between different levels, go to ceiling plans, and you can see the title here as well. Level 1, level 1. Okay, and we have level 2 open too. So if you want to switch between these two, you can just click on this one and switch between them. Let's open an elevation 2. So you have another option, and that's here. So you can switch between these views, different views. In project browser, we have our legends, schedules, and many other things. Let me create a wall and show you something. Okay, so for example, this one. Okay, as you can see, the detail level is set to coarse right now. If I change it to medium, we can see more details. And if you change it to fine, we can see even more details of the project. Okay, one more thing. Sometimes it may happen for you that you close a window just by accidentally, and you don't know what to do and how to bring it back. So it's important to know how to do that. So, for example, I may accidentally close these properties palettes. Okay, so what should I do now? Well, you can go to View tab and then go to User Interface here, and then just you can see that we have different windows that you can open those. So I just check properties and it will just come back. That's great. And one more thing is that we have different tools in each of these tabs, okay? But some of them may just repeat in different tabs. For example, what we have in architecture, for example, these openings, you can find them here as well. It's the tab that we will work in mostly is this one, architecture tab. We have annotate tab that you can use different dimensions and such things. We have analyze tab that we can do different analysis like lighting and so on in this. We have collaborate tab, which is for collaboration when, for example, in a firm, they want to work on a project. And here are add-ins and modify tab, which we'll use a lot. Okay, now let's see an actual Revit file. How does it look like? So let's close this project. No. And then I'll open this one. Okay, so this one is a sheet that was prepared in Revit, and you can see different things in it, like these renderings, interior renderings, the schedule. Okay, so we have floor plans here, first floor plan, second, and this is the side plan. And we have different 3D views. You can toggle between these. Okay, this is an exterior view. We have an interior view of the living room. And we have also renderings. So this is the rendering of the view that we just saw of the living room. You can see different sections of this project. You can see that we have many details in this project. And these are the details. Okay. And here is the schedule. Almost anything, any element that we have in our project is listed here in our schedule. And if you delete anything from here, it will be deleted from your project. This is another schedule. And that's almost it. That's it. You have seen a real project in Revit. And yes, let me show you some sheets as well. This is the site plan sheet. So if I delete this one and then go to site, where was that? Site, and then just drag it in here. And just place it. You can see that. It's just easy. So easy. Just drag whatever you want into your sheet and you will have it.